Welcome to the Hitch List, a podcast for wedding lovers, planners, and party people. I'm your host, Abby, a seasoned event vendor who wants to spill the champagne on what really goes on behind the scenes. From the planning stage to the final send-off, I'm diving into everything events with the industry's most seasoned vets. We'll talk about brides, grooms, planners, parties, vendors, and the wild stuff no one tells you about. Whether you're planning your dream day, you're knee-deep in vendor contracts, or working in the industry, I've got the tips, tea, and timeline talk to keep you sane. This is the Hitch List, where we can plan, party, and celebrate every detail. Hey friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Hitch List, where we get you hitched without a hitch. LOL. Nobody ever laughs.
Oh my gosh. No, whenever you first told me the podcast name, I was like, why does this sound like, what did I think it was like?
It's the Will Smith movie, maybe?
I don't know what it was. I was like, I can't remember what it was, but it made me laugh. I like it. I like it a lot.
Good. Me too. Anyways, for today's episode, I have Mary-Pate here with me. Mary-Pate is the owner of MM Photography. Yes, Mary-Pate, tell us how you got started in the wedding world, in the event world, in the photography world, what you love about it, what you hate about it, all of the interesting things.
Well, I got started with it. I guess I could say I really got started with it because I don't know. I've always had a camera. I've had every single brand, every single whatever. I've always had a camera in my hand. I've always been interested in doing like pictures, taking pictures of stuff, that type of thing. A lot of my friends did it. And after I had my wedding, I was a COVID bride. So I have that. I have that whole
I think
personality.
all of us in that age group right there kind of are, unfortunately.
Yeah, we had a COVID wedding, and then you would think I wouldn't be in the wedding industry because
because of the trauma of COVID weddings.
Well, girl, I had a lot more than just trauma. Oh my gosh. So the first date, it was canceled 2 weeks before my wedding.
No way.
I had the second date, and my father-in-law passed away the week before our second date. It was awful. It was very unexpected. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, you still have to have a wedding. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And my husband, we're all in our fields. You can't have a low and then go to a high. It's just going to be miserable.
Well, and then you will forever look back on your wedding with that.
It was awful. So we went ahead and rescheduled it to the next year. I felt like that was a good enough, buffer or whatever. So one of my good friends, she took our wedding pictures. She took my wedding pictures. She took our maternity picture. Well, no, just take it back. Wedding pictures, newborn pictures of our daughter, and then she did my maternity pictures for my son. Or I was pregnant with our son. And so I was just really interested in the whole photography aspect, really getting into it and doing.
You were having moments in your life that needed sessions with photographers more so than ever before, I'm sure.
Yeah. And so I really kind of started looking into it, trying to get a good feel for it or whatever. I did a lot of research. Absolutely did a ton of research, what led me to that was I wasn't really into the typical 9-to-5 job. I never could do it. I was a stay-at-home mom, so I think I dabbled in a couple of them little MLMs like all of us probably did. We've got the trauma to that. Especially here in the South. I feel like we get so battered with try that product, which I'm so happy for you, sis, but I'm not getting back into that.
Yeah. I know what you mean, yeah.
So I wanted there's some of them that I can get behind or whatever. Because we're very much diet free, and I've tried to get into the holistic kind of stuff and trying to make healthier choices or whatever for my kids and whatnot. But I just had to find something that was good for me to be a stay-at-home mom. I could do it on the weekends. I could do it after my husband got home. So that's what really led me to it. I did a ton of research on the camera that I wanted. Ended picking up whichever should I say the brand? I don't know. I'm not a gatekeeper, I guess.
Sponsor us one day.
Sony, sponsor me, please. But I've loved Sony. I did a lot. Not to say that Canon's not good.
Yeah.
I do like Canon, and there's some things that I've liked.
You found with what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Like there's certain. I guess I have an eye for a certain color of things. That's what I've learned. Like in the photography business, like colors look different to you now. Like certain times of day are different to you now. Like it's crazy how much it'll change you. But I just pretty much picked it up, and then like we were talking about earlier, I think it was 2022 when I started, so I've almost been doing this for 4 years.
Okay.
In May, I got it in May, but I didn't start my business until like later on in June. Picked out a god-awful name and then got me started.
Your current name now?
No.
Okay.
It's kind of like, okay, so my website still says it was Magnolia Maine Photography, and I was like, that sounds so stupid.
I mean,
it was just
we're
like
in
really
the
kind of
deep south.
Yeah, so it had like something to do with like, I feel like everybody in Mississippi especially like has like some type of magnolia something to their name. Not to like put it past anybody or like say,
I love a magnolia.
I love a magnolia too. But it was
Mississippi.
Yeah, it was like we're in like the Perkinston McHenry area, and there's like Main Street right there, and I was like thinking of like, okay, there's a ton of magnolias down there, like Magnolia, Maine. Like, I'm going to take pictures here. Like, it like, we're going to have a whole story behind it. And so then I was like, no, I don't really like this anymore. Like, I want something.
You gave yourself the ick about it.
I did. I was like, gosh, it sounds like I just did, like, a jumble thing. Like, you put two, like, the last flower you got in a bouquet, and then
it's like the meme that tells you which number to pick.
What's your rap name?
The last thing you ate and your birth month, boozy or whatever, like little something.
Chicken boozy. But anyway, I decided to change it. So I have a different name, and people butcher it all the time. And I was like, I am not putting my name as a photography business. So the thing that I did do is it has my initials in it. So my initials, even with me getting married, it's my last name never changed. It's still the same letter. So my initials never changed. So MMP is my initials. So MM Photography with the P. So that's technically my name in it. So, and it gave it just like, I don't know, it gave it like the luxury, like, see, whenever I got into weddings, I wanted to like be taken a little bit more seriously. Like, I just kind of felt like the Magnolia, Maine was a little like, oh, you just started? Like,
or like family portraits.
Yeah, like
Easter minis, Christmas minis, just all of that.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah. And so I really wanted to give it more of like a luxury feel, a little bit more of like a polished look.
Yeah.
I just retook like my headshots and all that, so
Ooh,
I feel like that really kind of like it's really starting like to match each other now. So
you're figuring out that aesthetic.
Yeah, we're really I'm really trying to get in there, and I really liked doing weddings. Like I don't think I really started doing weddings until like, I don't know, maybe like a year and a half after I kind of got started. I second shot a lot, and shout out to you, Amber, if you're watching this. She really helped me decide if I wanted to really do that. She had a great team of people, or not like a team, but it was like her and the videographer that she shot with a lot. And so I'd come out there and I'd help them, and I would just kind of get a feel for it, trying out my camera.
Because that's a big leap, I feel like.
Yeah, and it's another thing, like, I feel like that's really, like, you never know where to start. You never know what price point. Like, you really want to, like, kind of start out. Like, if you screw someone's wedding up, like, they're not coming at you with pitchforks and, like, the little like fire and all sorts of stuff. Like, we're fixing to come and get you.
Right.
So I tried to keep it to where it was very like minimal, or tried to keep it that way. like just to get started. And then I got my first 2 like kind of back to back, and I was like, ooh, I'm so nervous, but I really like this.
I like the pressure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you would think, like we have 3 kids, and they're fixing to be 8, fixing to be 2, and then our son turned 4 in November. So like you would think like I wouldn't want to add more chaos or anything to like what I've already got going on, but I appreciate like all like the clients and stuff that I have, because they're very like, they understand like, hey, she's got a life. It's not just this. It's, you know, we understand like if you're a little bit behind, which I don't try and like kind of blow stuff off, but like kids get sick. You never know when anything like that's going to hit the fan, you know? So it's
and
always,
if it's not one thing, it's another. And
exactly.
Like you said, having clients that understand that and show you grace like you will show them grace.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more with that. So, but yeah, it's just, I've really kind of dabbled in it all. My little guilty pleasure, I love, what I love about taking pictures, you would think it'd be like, oh, I love like holding little newborns and this, that, and the other. I love car pictures. Those are like some of my favorite things to do. There was actually just an engagement session that I did. We just got a drone.
Oh my gosh, I saw it.
Yeah.
Green, was it a green car?
Yes, her name's Pauline. It was awesome. So the story behind that one was so cool. I love whenever we've got a story.
Y'all, please go look. Like, I'm going to link Mary-Pate's social medias to the end of this, of course, and like in the show notes. But go look at this.
It was pretty good.
It was so cool.
But yeah, there was a story behind it all. So she's getting married in Tennessee. This is my first big faraway wedding. She was wearing his grandmother's ring from like forever ago. He was wearing his grandfather's watch. Yeah. His grandfather's watch is what he was wearing. And then they were dressed very vintagey. Like she had like I think she had on a white dress. It was like a very vintage looking dress. And then the like real pointy glasses. And so the car was his original grandmother's car. I think they said they originally bought the car in Pascagoula. I can't remember. Okay, I love taking pictures of cars, but if you told me the brand, like what type of car it was, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you, but it was gorgeous.
I wouldn't be able to tell you either. And my husband owns the antique car rental service down here. I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to get in touch. But anyway, the car's name is
They
Pauline.
got like 12 of them.
Oh, heck yeah. The car has a sticker on the side of it that says Pauline. I'm pretty sure that was his grandmother's name.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. And then, luckily my husband was there. So did you see the video that I did too? They were like, I really want that like video where you're like, the car's going and it's like eating the letters, or like you can see them and it like goes back and forth. And so I did that. That was interesting to learn how to do, but it was so cool for like the finished product or whatever. And then with my husband being there, he was like, he got the drone up and like over where we needed to be. And I was like, okay, I need you to get in the car. I need you to drive it. Slowly. I mean, I can slow it down or whatever, but those are some of the coolest pictures I think I've ever took, especially that overhead picture. I wanted to dabble, I think, a little bit in video. I don't know if I want to. But the drone is also very cool to get some of those overhead shots because it takes pictures too. And I feel like it's the same quality of what I shoot with. So that's something I like. That's very, what do you say? Like very similar to what I do. Like I don't want something, I guess that I've seen like all of the wedding stuff. Like I can tell if you've got a Canon camera. I can tell you've got a Sony. I can tell if you've got an Nikon. Like it's something with the color, which I mean, ultimately you can change color whenever you're editing. Right. But I feel like there's just like a specific look with Canons. There's a specific look with Sonys and a specific look with Nikon. But
and you feel like the drone gives you that specific Sony look.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's just got that rich color to it. I love me a good rich color, almost, I don't know. I use Kelvin's a lot too. It kind of warms up the picture a little bit. Okay. Which, I mean, you can change the settings on that too. Yeah. But it just like has that rich look like I have on my Sonys.
Well, and going back to being the stay-at-home mom, doing the homeschooling, like how much more do you want to add on your plate? I
I
struggle
love
with that
all the
every
cool
day.
stuff.
I'll do this dang podcast.
I
Why? Do I have
know.
the time to? No.
Mm-mm.
But yet here I am, and I love it.
Exactly. I have fun with what I do. I have satisfaction with what I do. Like, I'm very proud of my work. I'm very proud of where I've gotten.
That is the only criteria.
Yeah,
that
literally.
should be being met.
There's people that try and pick up a camera and they're just like, oh, all you have to do is point and shoot. Like, that's the deal. And I'm like, no, it's a little bit more trickier than that. It's finding a color, finding a vibe, finding clients that want that vibe. And then on top of that, it's how you treat your clients, how you go about handling them. Like, so I try and be like as on top of my messages as I can be, and then I'm like in mom mode.
Right.
So then it kind of goes there.
Right off the gate, if you set the expectation of how you're going to communicate or how often you're going to communicate during, as the booking process is finishing up, then they don't have a question of, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to my photographer and my wedding is in 2 months. You already set the expectation of when you would be communicating with them. That's something that I try to do with clients. Like, this is how often you're going to hear from me. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but like around this is when it'll really start picking up at this week mark. Like, setting that expectation early for them, because they've never done it before, most likely.
Yeah.
So
I mean, nobody gives
idea.
you like a rule book on like how, like a book of life of how like things go, how events go, like for your very first wedding or anything like that. So I mean,
that's why you gotta communicate.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could just like get someone on Etsy to do it, but like make a magazine. That's why I wanted to get new headshots. Because I want to make like this little welcome magazine, and it's like what you should expect for your wedding. Here's the things that you could bring to help you out, not to just like minimize communication, but I just feel like it kind of gives that extra little like sparkle, like
or like a
it's like a
the
welcome
Gulf
guide.
Coast guide to weddings, because you can go on Google and you can Google wedding shot list or emergency list for a wedding day, packing list for a wedding day, who pays for what on wedding day, plan my wedding from A to Z booklet. That
when
does
to do
not
engagement
fit
pictures and all that kind of stuff too.
Well, it doesn't fit every scenario that applies to you. It doesn't fit our region fully. Like, it may not. Some things will apply, some things won't apply. Like, there's no hard and fast rule. I had a client the other day ask me about, do we hire, or let me back up. I had a potential client ask me the other day, just off the wall, out of the blue, do we rent 2 sets of chairs for our ceremony and then our reception, or do we hire somebody to move our chairs from our ceremony to our reception? And I said, I have no other information. Where is your wedding at? How many guests is it? How many chairs is it? Is it indoors? Is it outdoors? What time of the year is it?
Yeah.
Are you doing a first look? Are you having a cocktail hour? Like, there's all of those little bitty scenarios, those little bitty details that play a role in the best answer to that question. You can't just Google that question.
Yeah.
That's not going to give you the best answer that fits you. There's not a right and a wrong answer to any of it.
You can do it any time of day. You can do it this time. You can do it that time. Like, I get a lot of questions. They're like, okay, so what time should I do my ceremony? And I'm like, has the time changed or not? Like,
has the time changed? How long have you booked your photographer for?
Yep.
How long do you have access to your venue? Are you doing a first look? Are you doing a cocktail hour? Plated dinner? Buffet dinner? All of the things. Every little thing is a puzzle, is a piece of a puzzle.
Yep.
And they won't all fit together. So you have to change your decisions to make everything fit together.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do, but what you do, the decision that you make on one thing will affect other things. It's okay that it does.
Yeah.
We just have to be knowledgeable about how it does. And that's why you hire professionals.
Yes, exactly. That's why you need to hire. I'm not trying to like tell people they need to hire like coordinators and stuff, but that's like
hiring coordinators.
Yeah, hiring a coordinator
At a minimum.
Yeah. That like they're I don't know. I feel like this has been like one of the things that I cannot like. I don't know. I get it. Some people are like on budgets and stuff.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we're all trying to stay on a budget. You know, I try and get my prices like exactly where I feel like it fits everybody, all my clientele. Like it's not everybody's wanting to spend. I mean, I don't accept arms and legs. Like I love
the
seeing that on Facebook. They're like,
Best phrase.
who's a wedding vendor that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Don't tag me in it.
Or even who's a reasonable cost, or who's
Worded a
a
little
budget
bit better.
cost.
Budget friendly.
What is your budget?
Mm-hmm.
And we can be friendly to your budget.
Yeah.
What is your budget?
I like it when they're like budget friendly, but then they don't put their budget in there. And I'm like, okay, your budget can be $500. Your budget could be $3,000. Like I don't know. Like I don't want to.
I can be
waste
friendly
your
towards
time.
your budget once I know what your budget is, and then the doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
Mm-hmm.
Well, arms and legs cost a lot, truthfully,
Yeah.
but it still doesn't have a number in
Mm-hmm.
there. And it's okay also when I know sometimes that those phrases stem from
Mm-hmm.
them not knowing what a typical service like that costs. That's okay. Ask that question too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also what that service costs. So how much are wedding flowers?
They could be from A to Z.
What type of flowers do you picture in your head?
Mm-hmm.
There's no right or wrong answer to
Yeah,
that.
it's
I
whatever
can't
you
tell
want.
you.
It's your day. Do what you want.
Yep.
That's been like, I feel like us photographers most of the time, not everybody's going to have a coordinator or whatever. So then your
It falls on the
photographer.
photographer and your DJ.
Yep. It's
And your great Aunt Sally, who maybe just now misses the ceremony to send you down the aisle.
Yeah, so a few people, I mean, I get it, you're trying to cut costs and you're trying to save some money, but sometimes, like, whenever you've got a very close family member or friend, they're not going to be necessarily on top of what needs to go on. Then they start asking me, like, oh, hey, when is so-and-so coming? And I'm like, I thought you had that information. That's
I'm
not
just the
necessarily on me.
photographer.
I'm just here taking the pictures.
Mhm.
That's all I'm doing.
Well, it forces your other vendors to endure that creep of scope. Your job is this, and you're having to now step out of what you've been paid to be there to do.
It makes me kind of want to like almost
But you're not-
charge
you
a
don't
little
wanna
extra.
ruin
Yeah.
Their day.
Yeah.
But then you gotta find that line for yourself. We've talked about this in past episodes.
Mhm.
Figuring out where your line is to not ruin this person's day, but also not
Mhm.
diminish yourself and your worth.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I'm not going and contacting your DJ or your whatever, like a coordinator. Like, sure, I will give you a timeline because I need the timeline, but I'm not going like that far out.
You're not gonna cut the cake.
I'm not cutting your cake. I actually, oh my gosh, this made me think of one of the weddings I went to. There was a and I think it was this wedding. I think it was. I was standing there and I have like $10,000 worth of gear. Not to brag, but I mean this stuff is expensive. This is why photographers are so expensive. Like all the stuff that we have to buy is.
Despite the amount, other than the amount of time you have to spend on these galleries.
I'm not even kidding. Having kids crawl up one side, down the other, whatever. I'm trying to do it during the day so I can get like a full night's rest and not be up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, exhausted. Like I want to put my all of my energy into it, but your girl's really running off Dr. Pepper's, Alani's, coffee, anything she can get her hands on. But
I get it.
I had the straps, like that hold your cameras are like dangling next to the side of you.
Mhm.
And the guy walked up to me and I was standing like right next to, I think I'm friends with a lot of vendors, and I'm pretty sure the people that were catering I was friends with. So I was standing by the kitchen, and so I was like talking to them like while they were in and out. And then I kind of got me a little something to eat right there because did the whole day. I probably haven't eaten nothing, so I just grabbed me a little dinner roll, whatever.
Build time for your vendors to eat in your timeline. Like, make sure
Yes.
there's time for that. Just side note.
Your vendors take care of you, you take care of them. I feel like that's a good note. But anyway, I was sitting there and he was like, so ladies, what we serving up today? And I'm like, are you talking to me? Like, I was like, Looks like we're having spaghetti, I think. Some spaghetti and garlic bread, like, and some green beans and a salad. And I was like, he was almost like looking at me like, are you going to serve me my plate? And I'm like, sir, excuse me? And I was like, I'm going to go take some pictures. And I think it, like, he caught on. I don't know if he was just kind of, like, a little intoxicated. I'm not really sure.
Not paying attention.
I think me and Ashton, like, looked at each other and we were like, did he just say what I think he just said? Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, it's, you know, take care of your vendors. Like, if you see someone next to the buffet holding some cameras, they're not going to serve you dinner.
And it's okay, too. Hey, photographer, do you know what we're having for dinner?
I don't know.
Or, hey, photographer, where's the catering team for me to ask them?
Yeah.
Like,
they're in that kitchen right there, right
we're
next to where
all
we're
your
standing.
vendors are a team on
Yeah.
wedding day and are going to do their best to collaborate with one another for the common goal of why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
But they all also have a specific role that they're playing, and they stay in their lane as best
We don't want to overstep our bounds.
Let's not force them to overstep
Yeah.
their bounds. Like, yes, hire a coordinator. I want to ask you, what do you hate? What is something that coordinators do that you don't like? If anything,
I'm not even
going
to lie. I don't even have anything to say bad about a coordinator. It is a luxury, girl. It is a luxury to have a coordinator. Do you want to know how I've had, I'm not even kidding, 2 weddings with a legitimate coordinator. 2. And I think, I don't know. I don't want to sound like all about myself, but I think out of the past, technically, almost 3 years that I've been doing weddings. So I've been doing photography for 4. I think it was like a year and a half after I started, when I kind of started picking up on weddings, smaller weddings, whatever. Which I'm not hating on small weddings. I love me a good small. If
a small wedding needs a coordinator still.
If I could get in on like some smaller weddings, I'm totally fine with it. Like, I've started like these little packages, like the smaller, like I call it the mini monies, because I felt like I was being kind of rude. Like, I was sending, like, these massive, like, wedding packages, and these people are like, I'm only going to have 20 people here. And then there's others that want you, there's 2 wedding guides that I have. One's for the smaller weddings, one's for, like, an elopement kind of style. Like, if you're getting married here and you have, like, 10 people between everybody that's going to be there, or you're going to have 140 people at a big venue, like, okay, you need to go on that bigger side, not the smaller side. I had someone, like, argue with me, like, well, one of your prices is significantly different than this one. And I was like, okay, let me ask you this. I was like, where are you getting married?
It's a different scope of work.
Yeah, like,
fully.
This has been the hardest thing for me, and I don't want this to, like, come off so rude or cocky or anything like that. It's having people message you. It could range from a family session to taking a couple pictures of this, that, and the other. I've had a lot of people use me in a not so nice way to get something for free, you know? So I'll have people message me and they're like, hey, I only need 2 photos of so-and-so, or I only need a couple photos of this. Like, how much would you charge? It'll take 5 minutes. It'll take 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to find a babysitter for my child. I have to, or either bring them along with me and hope to God that they don't crawl out of the car, or
ruin your experience.
Yeah, so or like, one's crawling up me and I've got one strapped to me and the other 2 are running around. Like, I try not to bring my kids to sessions, but sometimes they just kind of have to tag along if it's like during the day or something like that. But where was I going with this? They're like, how much would you charge? And I'm like, well, I'm still driving from point A to point B. With where I live, I'm typically 20 to 30 minutes away from wherever that is. I'm still showing up. I still have the same expensive gear. Like, I'm
your overhead still exists.
Yeah. And
you are still spending your time and money and expertise.
I'm showing up doing the same amount of work that I would do for 30 minutes, or whether it's a smaller wedding.
You would feel more gratified if you spent 30 minutes versus 10.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it was worth my time.
Well, see, I'm a over sender. Like, so, you know, they're like the photographers, they're like, you're only going to get 10 edited pictures or whatever. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I will overstimulate you. I'm so sorry. Your 10 picture session will turn into 110 picture, 210 picture session, depending on like whatever. If the people are very photogenic, it's so easy for me to just snap pictures.
Right.
But like I can't like just put
But
a
that
cap
also
on
stems
it,
from you loving the craft.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Like I'll see some stuff on
Not
TikTok.
nickel and diamond.
No. I hate it whenever like you feel like you're being rushed. Like anybody who has children, like I feel like I know this isn't like wedding related, or I mean it could be wedding related also, because I mean children are everywhere typically, especially in weddings. So like if one of them's having a hard time, I mean like I have 3 kids, I feel like I'm very easy to like redirect that situation. I'm like, hey,
Give
if
them a break.
he or she needs to go take some water, they need a little snacky snack. Like my kids get hangry when they haven't had a snack. So I'm very easygoing when it comes to like those types of situations. Like let's redirect them. Let's not stress anybody out.
You're showing them grace because you're
I'm a mother.
You know you're
I'm a mother.
You're a human too.
Yeah.
You're not a robot that's like, okay, your 10 minutes started.
Yeah.
Your kid cried for 10 minutes, no photos. Sorry.
I'm not gonna do that. And then like with mini sessions too, so like people will show up. Mini sessions have not been my strong point here lately. I don't know what's been going on. I don't know if it's just like the algorithm or whatever. I don't tend to post on very many of the like for sale in Sauger, Mississippi or whatever. Like I don't post on those because I feel like people are so ugly on there, like just so rude. They're like, Jesus, why would you
ugly backdrop.
Yeah.
Why would anybody want that?
My cousin will do it for $5. Like,
okay, go get your cousin to do it.
okay, Becky, whatever. If you want to let your cousin do it, then so be it. But I don't tend to post on that. And then I feel like that's what you have a business page for, whether the algorithm hits or not. I honestly, that's kind of one of my pet peeves is to see. I get it. Some photographers are starting out. I did it a little bit whenever I first started, but it was only because the place that I was taking pictures at was local, like very local to that area. And I got a couple of people off of it. I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the people that want you to show up for the smallest amount of money. And I was like, I cannot keep or want you to do it for free. I cannot keep, exhausting everything because then it's going to make me get burnt out.
Taking advantage of you, like you said.
And I can't, like I have a studio. I've had people do that with me with that, and they want stuff for free. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, like I'm going to have to charge you a certain amount. Like I can't keep doing this for free because I'm still doing the things that would take a 10-minute session versus a 30-minute session or an hour session. Like I'm still showing up and I'm doing the stuff. I've got all my stuff charged. Or I've turned my air conditioner on. I'm trying to get it cooled off because I have a greenhouse, essentially. It's like a greenhouse. It gets very hot in there. Like, we're cooking. Like, it's 100 degrees in there typically. Yeah. Like, in the summertime, you're going to have to come early in the morning.
Yeah. And probably not even late at night either because it's baked in the sun all day.
I don't even have lights in there. I don't even have... So, okay, we've got this so... It sounds so bad. Okay, so I run an extension cord from the back of my house. It's my house and then my studio's to the side in the backyard. So you have to like walk through my backyard, like in the gate. And then my studio's right there. Yeah. And then our back porch kind of like meets to the corner of it. So it's kind of all blocked off right there. But I've got the extension cord running from the, I love natural light. That's why I have like my parents, they have a portable building business, and so they were doing greenhouses. I was like, oh my gosh, that would be such a cool studio. Like, I feel like my studio is just like my whole vibe. There's like disco balls, there's checkerboard floors. I've got like the rustic vibe in there. I've got like the old, crunchy looking tin on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've had people walk in and they're like, ew, what in the world did you just frame me into? They're like, are you fixing to murder me? Or I make it sound that bad. It's really cute, though. Like, I'm not even going to...
Well, if it's a vibe, it's a vibe. And if it resonates with you, I mean, ideally, the clients that are booking you see you and your vibe, and that's what they like. That's
I've only had it happen a couple of times, but I just added the checkerboard floor in there, and so cool. I just feel like it'd be cool. If I ever resold it And I think it would be like a really cool like actual greenhouse to have. Like it would just be like such a cool like whimsical vibe in there.
Yeah.
But it does get very, very hot. Like I have to, if someone's coming in the mornings, I have to leave the air conditioner running on all night. I don't know. I really like the bright and light and airy kind of vibe in there.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that'd be something that you would feel like a strong connection to. And
Yeah, I hate lights. Like, I don't know. There was like some video footage that I did, and with the LEDs, you can see like the lights banding through it, and I'm like, this is why I don't have lights.
Ooh, I see that sometimes on social media, I think. Like the complaints from photographers with the dance floor lasers or whatever.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. I could literally
explain that to me in a technical way.
I could literally cry. Oh my God. I just had a camera die. Like,
so it kills the camera.
It killed my camera. That was my very first little baby. It was like, when I tell you I did like insane research. So there's regular Sonys, and then if it's got a letter in, like, so I have a Sony, I have a Sony A7R3.
Okay.
That's the first one I started out with. My husband was like, I was very much on the line with it. He was like the one that kind of was like the teeter-totter kind of thing, because he bought it for me for Mother's Day. He was like, here, I believe in you. Shoo. Like,
love supportive.
Yeah, I know. He's very supportive. As he's at home right now with all 3 of the kids.
Same.
He does it every single weekend that I have something.
A bedtime right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised mine hasn't messaged me right now. Like, where are the clothes at? Why didn't you lay those out? Sorry, I was gonna do it, but I had to log you into my Sam's account. But he was fixing to order some stuff on Sam's like while I was leaving. He was like, I don't have the app, and I was like, give me your phone. I sound so mean to him. No. But anyway, so I had a Sony A7R3. It's something with the megapixels.
Okay.
So, all right, with the newer ones,
I know some of them would.
I know some of them would. You get like a crisper image or whatever. So so I was seeing all this on TikTok, and I just kind of ignored it because I was like, oh, okay, well, a DJ wouldn't have this if it was gonna like kill people's stuff. Oh no, they have it. And it will kill your sensor. If you have a mirrorless camera, it will kill your sensor. And it killed mine. Yep, she died. And I wish I could see the shutter count on that camera, because I guarantee it's every bit of like 300,000. Like, it's like miles on a car. And so I'm keeping her. My husband's like, you could sell it probably. I was like, no. This is my baby. She's going to go in a shadow box, and I'm going to put the shutter count on a little card in front of it to say it lasted this long, and then it died by a laser.
That's such an interesting thing, though. So there's no fixing that? Or is it just, like, expensive to fix?
I think it's expensive to fix. And, I mean, so...
Did it ruin, like, the gallery that you'd already captured?
Luckily, I had another camera. Which I didn't, so I didn't know it was happening.
Okay.
But it didn't, like, ruin the rest of the pictures. I say like
it
killed it.
With the SD card, I guess?
Well, so I think, all right, so when you're taking the picture, I don't know if all cameras are exactly the same. I only just know mine. Yeah. So whenever I'm focused on you, it'll put a green box around your face. Mm-hmm. So I know that I'm in focus and all that. So there was one picture I took. So I'm standing, DJ's over here, I'm right here. Honestly thought about messaging him and being like, hey, you killed my camera. Like,
be more conscious of your equipment.
Well, I was going to kind of say, hey, you owe me another camera. And they're not cheap.
You need to put something in your contract for that.
Yeah, and of course my contract didn't have that. That's why I add stuff on that contract all the time. And
that's
I'm like...
That's one on my list. So my questions is like, what are...
Well, I had someone the other day ask me about one of them.
How soon have you left a event and added something into your contract?
Oh, I go in like in my notes and like I'll immediately add like what I'm gonna like add to my contract. I think we're all that way. But
you gotta be.
Yeah. Anyway, it's something with that sensor. I think whenever I took one of the pictures, I had a flash on, and when I took the flash, it had like a line down the screen, and I was like. No. I was like, maybe it was just something.
That did not just happen.
No, I was like, I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen because it made me think, okay, so when they say you have a corrupt SD card, so it will do like some lines down the screen.
You want to throw up on the dance floor?
I'm going to knock on some wood. I don't want that to ever happen to me. But I thought it was doing that. And I was like, I can't remember if I switched my camera out or if I think I just let it ride. Because I was like, I kept, I was shooting at the floor. I was looking down at the floor like, okay, maybe not point, my camera at the DJ. Because it's the itty bitty little laser lights.
Mm-hmm. I want to know, we kind of talked about it a little bit, like you will go above and beyond for clients if needed. Where is the line where you're really just not supposed to be doing that because you weren't paid to do that? What are some of the things that you automatically do for clients behind the scenes that they wouldn't really realize?
Well, I mean, like, I feel like us photographers especially are kind of like the jack of all trades. Like, if you didn't get a coordinator, guess what? You got a coordinator. Like, if you didn't get this, let me help you. Let me fix your hair real quick. I'll steam my dress if I got to. Yeah. Like, if I'm there to be your fairy godmother. Like, that's kind of like, so not to sound creepy, I love a good relationship with my clients. Like, I hate to even call them clients. Mm-hmm. There's actually been so many of my brides that I have, like, become really good friends with. Mm-hmm. One of them was like, guess what? You're the godmother of my son. And I was like, what? She's like, if anything ever happens to me, he's coming to you. Hope you're ready. And I was like, you best not have nothing happen to you, girl.
That's a lot, girl.
I got 3 kids. What you talking about? But anyway. But I've had some very good relationships with all of them. Not to say, if you don't want me to be your friend, that's fine. We'll just keep it.
You spend more time with your photographer on wedding day than your groom, than your planner, than anybody else. You're with your photographer more than anybody.
Yeah, like, I want to be your friend. Like, I mean, or I guess I don't have to be your friend, but we're going to keep it like very.
It's hard not to get attached. I get it.
Yeah, I get attached. Like, okay. I'm such a people person, but I'm so, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm an introvert, I guess you could say. Like, I can turn it on when I need to, yes. But when I'm at home, I'm just like, like, I'm just in my own little, like, cocoon over there. Like, I'm
when
totally
you're on,
you're
on. Yes, I get it. I'm the same way.
Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want anybody touching me. Like, leave me alone for a second. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a little talked out, touched out, all the things. So I don't know. It's, I'm kind of just like a people pleaser too. Mm-hmm. And I do it to an extent. Like, I feel like here recently I've kind of had to, like, if someone says that they have a coordinator and it's a coordinator question, I'm like, maybe you should ask your coordinator that. Like, I'm not necessarily supposed to tell you when your makeup artist and your hair person is supposed to be done with you. Like, I feel like that's a coordinator role, right? Like, right. I mean, I've done so many weddings where I'm basically the coordinator. It's like, I kind of don't know what, what's not my job, what is my job.
Like, I'll provide you suggestions no matter what, but mm-hmm. Also I know I'm not the expert in this matter, so let's go ask the expert. Yeah. Ask your DJ what song should be played for your first dance, not me. I don't know.
I don't know what your love like. I don't know if you like country. I don't know if you like rap. I don't know if you like R&B. I don't have the perfect song for you.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I said, I kind of do like a little bit of everything. Like, I try and make it as easy as it is. Like, if it's something that I can do real quick, I'm like, hey, your bridesmaids are getting ready. Do you need me to steep something? Like, if I don't have anything on my plate that I need to do, or I'm a little ahead of schedule.
If you're not going to be not doing your job.
Yeah.
To do something else.
If I've got something I need to do, I'll be like, hey, do you need me to go find somebody? Like, right. Let me go find somebody for you. Like, I've got these pictures to take. It's not going to take me much longer, but let me get this out of the way and do that. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I do need to kind of get figured out, so on my pricing guide, I give you a complimentary engagement session. Mm-hmm. Well, I've kind of had to pump the brakes on people using it for something else, or complimentary doesn't mean you have to utilize it, essentially, I feel like.
Right.
So I've had people, like, ask me,
can I get money back?
Could I get a discount? Can I get, like, an extra hour for you to come to the wedding venue? Like, could you come the night before? and do pictures of the rehearsal dinner, like just some, I've kind of had to put my foot down, and I tried to be as easygoing, but I just don't want to get walked all over. So anytime anybody asks me like anything like that, I'm like, sorry, no, like I hate to say that.
Learning
but
how to say no is a hard thing.
I don't say no. Like I try not to say no. I'm a very yes man. Yes, ma'am. That I try and just make everything really easy, but it really kind of bites me in the butt because I feel like I've just, dedicated some other things that aren't really photography correlated, I guess you could say, or
in that box,
photography
in that
related.
world, yeah.
Yeah. So I've tried getting a little bit stricter, but like I also like to let my clients know, like I promise I'm not like a strict photographer. Like you said earlier, like what's something that like a client like is like stop them in their tracks whenever they're looking at my contract, like having to add like really, it sounds like really stupid rules. I will edit, like if you've got a big old pimple on your face and it's waving at me saying hi and you want me to delete it, I will. But as far as, I feel like I could be like the type of person to say I've got like body dysmorphia. Like I could probably easily wear a large, but I'm gonna get a 2X or something like that. Like, I like my stuff like really big and baggy or whatever. And there's some people that just don't like the way that they look in pictures. And so they want you to edit their double chin. They want you to look like a completely different person, or they want themselves to look like a completely different person. And there's like a fine line right there. It was like, if you are trying to blame me for how you look in pictures when you're the person that showed up, got yourself ready and that kind of thing, or you didn't like the color dress you had on, I'm sorry, but you cannot sit here and say that you want your money back. She said that was one of the ones, it was like one of the ones that kind of stopped her in her tracks. It was like,
I feel like I read that in photography contracts really often.
I feel like that's a pretty common one. I was kind of shocked that like she said
it.
To
shoot you as you are and enhance the photo, but not change the photo.
Like
not
I'm
change
not
what I'm capturing.
Yeah. And I try, like, in everybody, like, there was one, whenever I first started, she told me, like, that she just felt the best that she's ever felt. Like, these pictures gave her confidence. Like, I was so proud of it. But, like, I angled her in such a way that just, sometimes, like, if we're standing straight at somebody, you're like, holy crap, I look like a big old...
Or you're talking about earlier.
Yeah, you're looking like right
like,
here. And I'm like, okay, we're not focusing on the chest and the neck. We're focusing on...
And that's where you rely on your photographer's expertise to angle you, pose you, get you relaxed. That's why it's important to vibe with the person that
most definitely
is behind the camera and that's in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So that everybody is comfortable and relaxed. But you're still not changing what it looks like. You're just enhancing what it looks like.
I love a candid picture. It's bad. Like, I almost do more candid pictures because I just love, like, especially with engagements, like one that I did yesterday. I was like, where I call it my sardine pose. I was like, you're standing there and you're like smiling at me uncomfortably. You don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. Like, this is like my icebreaker that I do whenever I'm taking pictures. Like, just, kind of break the ice, kind of, let loose a little bit, loosey-goosey. Let's have a good time. But I'll get, like, the couples to, like, hold their hands. This is, like, the oldest, like, little pose in the book. But it's a good way to get candids. It's like I tell them, okay, I want you to walk to me. I want y'all to hold hands. And I want y'all to bump hips together. But don't, like, send your fiance into, like, a different atmosphere bumping hips. Like, I want y'all to, like, gently bump your hips together, look at each other, like, just, like, really get in the moment. And that is always, like, the one that gets, like, the icebreaker. Like, we're kind of relaxed after that. And, like, I always feel like that's a really good, like, little, I don't know, a thing that makes everybody feel a little bit chill.
Get them to trust.
Yeah.
That's another, like, what are other ways that you have clients build
Oh,
their trust in you?
I'll be like... People know that I've gotten a good picture when I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got the picture. Like, oh my gosh, this is going to be
just letting the personality be out in full blast. And it shows them, like, okay, I can chill.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, she's not like a freaking weirdo. Like, we didn't book her for. I'm kidding. But
me
no,
into your studio and you're gonna murder me now.
Yeah, I know. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, it's so funny how, like, our parents tell us, like, don't go in a strange, like, a place you've never been before with strangers or whatever.
Right.
And that's what I do almost every single weekend. I'm like, I'm taking you to where you don't have any cell phone service. We're, like, up a hill. I'm taking you on our, like, redneck golf cart in the back of, like, this property. And it's, like, lifted camo. Like, I could take you back there and I don't know, like, you just kind of got to feel the people out a little bit, like, as you're there, kind of getting, like, the vibe. Like, if they're going to be like, what did you just say to me? Like, I don't typically, like, kind of.
Do you do, like, calls with them ahead of time? Do you try to do that?
I try to do them majority of the time. Heck, I'm not even kidding. I think the last 2 calls that I had, one was 2 hours. And one was like an hour and a half. And we were sitting there talking about our kids, or we were talking about, like, all the details.
I get what you're saying. The whole getting to do the phone call ahead of time, like that.
Yeah.
With it, like you were saying, those last 2
You
calls,
really get the person's personality.
You're like, okay, this is going to be a good session. Like,
yeah.
It's not the wrong fit. Like, it's not always the best fit.
Sometimes people, okay, no perfect person is always going to get along with someone. Nobody's perfect. But you're not always going to get along with people. Not everybody. Sometimes the vibe's kind of off. And I feel like that's a good way. That's another good thing, too, I feel about, like, I've never essentially really had this happen before, but, like, if I've had a phone call or I have done an engagement session first, like, well in advance, like, where the vibe's kind of off, like, you know, if it
we
was,
gotta figure out how to get on the right page.
Yeah, like, let's kind of fill out the situation. Like, I'm not gonna be rude or anything like that, but, like, are you sure this is, like, what you want? Like, that type of thing. Like, I would want all my clients to feel very comfortable with me. I feel like I'm a social butterfly. Like, you're not ever going to really see me stressed. Like, I'm going to sweep whatever I need to sweep up under the rug. Like, if something were to happen, like, at a wedding, and I don't want to stress the bride out, I don't want to stress the family out. Right. Or anything like that. Like, I feel like I'm very good in situations like that. Like, if something were to happen, or I, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a really good, you know, quality to have with, you know, handling stress. Like,
being able to pivot.
Well, with the whole, like, laser thing, like, if my camera were to crash, I mean, I've got backups. Like, that's the whole point. Like, hire a professional. Like, they're going to have their stuff. Like, you're going to have a backup camera, or 2 or 3. I have 4 right now. I feel like that's always a very good thing to have. Like, I've heard so many horror stories about, like, people, not to say a new person is a bad thing per se, like, with the whole budget thing, you know, but I feel like it's a really good thing to, you know, make sure you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, like, trying to make sure, like, if something were to happen, like, is there a way that you have a backup and we're not missing half of our pictures, you know? Right.
What do you want? Well, I was going to say, what do you wish clients asked in those consultations that will set them up for that type of success, ideally?
Man, there's a bunch of different things I feel like you could go, just making sure. It's like, you want people to be aware of this.
What do you wish clients asked in consultations that crosses their T's and dots their I's? Like, that.
I don't know. Like, see, okay, I feel like this is probably, like, deflecting the question kind of, but I feel like, okay, I know whenever you're first booking, like, a photographer, like, you're cold messaging a lot of them. Some of them will. Some
Ideally,
of them won't.
Messaging ones you just like their portfolio, but you still don't know if they're the right fit.
Yeah, like, I feel like when you're booking a wedding, you're, like we said earlier, you don't necessarily, like, know how to do everything, like, when it comes to a wedding. So I guess that's, like, in the same sense, like, what type of photographer do you want? Like, do you want someone who does light and airy? Do you want someone who does moody? Like, don't just pick me because I'm in your price range. Like, make sure you've looked through everything. Like, I'm not going to be one to hide and just send you the highlights of everything I've done. If you want to look through the whole entire album that I've done, just so you've got a whole sense of what yours will look like, ask me. I'll send you, like, if there's a venue that I've shot at a few times, or
do you have any galleries from this
something
venue?
similar, like, but I just feel like people need to be very, like, mindful, like, of what they want, and not just go with someone that the first person that they have, landed on Facebook, or,
look at their portfolio, make sure you like that
mm-hmm.
editing style.
Or if you feel like, okay, so I know, like, this would be a call, but, like, suggest to do a phone call consultation before you book. Like, say you've got an idea.
Like, hey, can we chat for 10 minutes?
Yeah. Like
do we vibe at all?
Yeah.
Or is it awkward?
I feel like that's a very, goodness gracious. I feel like that's a very smart thing to do, because I don't want to be
photography.
Yeah, I don't want to be
like,
uncomfortable on your wedding day. I'm here to be your friend. I mean, I've had a couple of weddings where I just felt like I was like a little peasant, like, sometimes people will treat you like you're just there, you're a peasant,
you're the help.
Like, you're the help. Yeah, you're just the help. But I'm like, no, I'm more than just like the help for you. Not to say that all the vendors are the help, like, all of the vendors are there for a reason.
But we're also still all humans. So
we're all humans. We're not Amazon. We're not robots. Like, we've got to, treat me with respect, and I'm going to treat you with respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that's a big thing. Like, communicate some things. Like, if there's something that you don't necessarily like, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Just like I want to communicate with them, like, hey, if there's something you don't like let me know. My husband has said, don't say that to me. And he's like, it makes you sound like you're not confident in your work. But I'm just like, I am confident in my work. But
I just want you to know you can communicate with me.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to go, like, blast you on, like, social media or something and be like, how dare this person ask me to lighten their pictures or something. Like, if you're not happy with it, then let me know if you need me to.
And there may be a reason why I can't lighten it, and I'll tell you.
Exactly. Like, I can communicate with you if you can communicate with me, but we're not going to be rude. We're not going to be ugly. Like, you're going to have respect. I'm going to have respect. Like, I want to be as kind as I can to everybody.
Right.
But yeah, I just feel like, you really need, some people will just book you really, really quick, and it's just kind of very, I don't know, like, it's a very quick transaction. Like, sometimes people will book so far in advance. Like, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll talk to you in about 8 months.
Right.
But, like, don't get offended. Like, if you have any questions, like, I tell all my brides, I'm like, if you have any questions, if you have an inspiration board, add me to your Pinterest board. You know what? One thing has kind of, I feel like, aged me a little bit. I feel like Pinterest is slowly dying. And I've had some of my younger clients be like, what's Pinterest?
No way. You've had, what?
It's like,
I'm going to go crawl under a rock now.
I know. And I was like, man, am I, like, really fixing to, like, age myself out?
I will say, I've had a lot of clients recently when we get to talking about their vision, and I ask about the Pinterest board, they say, oh yeah, I need to create one. Mm-hmm. Because I think it is still very much an industry standard to have one for your wedding.
Yeah.
But, like, we've had a Pinterest board since...
I've had a Pinterest board since middle school.
With the wedding board in there.
Yes, ma'am.
That obviously changed a lot over the years.
I had how my kids were going to look. I had how my 16th birthday party was going to look. How I wanted my room to look.
This current generation, they're having to download the Pinterest app for the first time ever to create their Pinterest board for their wedding.
It was so bad. I was like, huh? What's Pinterest? Those people will send me TikToks, which I'm glad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that I'm, like, across the board. I love making a good TikTok every once in a while. I vibe on there, too. It's gotten me some clientele, not going to lie. But we got to stay with,
the times.
Yeah. Cause
that is hilarious.
Really have aged myself out, I think. And I'm not even technically, like, 30. I'm close, but I'm not even in that threshold yet. My husband is, but I'm not. He's like, man, I'm 30
this
old.
year.
I'm fixing to be 29. I'll be 29 in June. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're getting old. I'm not the same little 20-something-year-old anymore. on the smaller end of 20 something, like 21, 22. But
whole new generation.
golly, I was kind of like a little sad. I was like, man, I'm like looking up Easter stuff. Like past few nights, I've been looking up like little Easter baskets and stuff to do. I'm like, man, what would I do without Pinterest? Like, how are there people thriving and surviving without Pinterest?
More than I like to. I still use it for recipes. I still use it for
Gets me in a good pinch on the nights I don't know what to cook.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's how you create your vision board, but that's what Pinterest is.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That's so I guess like whenever like you're on your end, you might not have to like ask it that much. Maybe a little bit, like with the vision.
With coordination, no. But any of my full service clients or any design clients,
we need something.
Absolutely, I need your Pinterest board, even if it's just your wedding dress photos or your bouquet shapes. Like, but that still gets me. Yeah, that gives me an idea of what your brain is thinking.
Yeah, and you can say like, okay, we can achieve this, or sister, we need to
figure out really where
you need to back up a little bit.
Or what's your budget again?
What's your budget? What did you say?
That's $30,000 for the flowers.
That's like them AI pictures you give to like your nail.
Oh yeah, that's another really big thing.
AI stuff.
It's starting to push into Pinterest is the designs that end up being AI, and that's not real. You didn't see that 5 years ago. What do you wish clients understood about pricing versus like the time that has to go into it?
A lot of it is like the extra, like now whenever it's like on the wedding day, like I try and get people to like move stuff, like so I'm not having to sit there and like edit this, that, and the other. I'm trying to like fix hair and all that kind of stuff. But there's like some stuff that you can't really like move or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'll just get that later. And I'm like, okay, I'll get that later out of like 50 pictures.
Right.
But
or like you're moving the cars.
Yeah, like we gotta move the cars. We gotta edit out cars. Like that one picture that I did, like I'm editing cars out of the parking lot. Like it was a ghost town there that day. Yeah. But it's more than just the 8 hours that they book you for. It's a lot of time and editing. It's the craft that you've figured out over the years. It's the gear. It's the stuff that you back it up with. Another thing that is a real big thing is the price of everything has gone up. I mean, I think we all understand that. Like, us photographers, I feel like we're not... I've heard a few that are like, oh, I quoted someone out and they quoted me like $10,000. And I'm like, what? what are we doing here? But I don't know. There's a lot of like extra stuff, like especially like with camera equipment. It went up because of the tariff thing, and then all of a sudden, I've heard something. It's like with the AI stuff, SD cards have gone up. So last year, I feel like I'm SD card
SD cards
rich.
are already expensive.
Yeah, right? I feel like I was a little SD card rich whenever I found out that they went up to 70 something, like almost $80 a piece.
I've seen the memes online of like the photos of SD cards, and it says if you see your photographer holding this, playing with a big dog, or something similar.
I'm a big dog. I got 30 something of them. Count that times 70. I'm kidding, but there used to be.
Well, that's where your $10,000 in equipment comes in.
Yeah, you thought this was expensive. That's on my hips, on both of my hips. Try the little squares that are in it. I got about $150 up in this camera.
That's where the magic lives, right?
Yeah. Well, that's where your pictures are sitting soundly for the time being.
I love it. No, I mean, I completely agree. The perceived value that they get is not just the 8 hours that the photographer is there spending their time taking the photos with the expensive camera.
Yeah.
It's 40 plus hours on the back end. Your work is not done when the wedding day is, like other vendors' work is done.
Yeah. I've seen other photographers that have done this, but I've just done it, like, I guess, cut and dry the same way. Every time I come home, I'm downloading the pictures onto my computer and my hard drive. Like, I've got it on 2 different SD cards. So just in case something happens, it's backed up onto another one. I go in and I'm hand picking out, like, there's some photographers that throw it into some like AI thing.
Like the batch edit thing.
And it'll batch edit it for you. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I feel like, okay, so the way that, I guess that does kind of make me a little bit more of like a cinematic photographer. Because like there's some shots that it'll say it's like not in focus, or I wanted a blurred look, like, you know, like when the bride and groom standing there and it does like the bridesmaids and groomsmen that are walking through her family. Those it'll kind of flag as like not in focus. But yeah, it's just, you know, I want to make it to where you see that I've taken my time to, you know, edit it and get all the best photos. Like, I'm not going to cap it at a certain amount of photos. Like, you could get 800 pictures, you could get 2,000 pictures. Like, there's no telling. Like, I might overstimulate you a little bit. Like, there was one wedding, I think I got like 3,000 and something pictures, and I was like, oh, girl, you need to step it back a little bit.
That's crazy.
It was insane.
I'm sure that client was like, oh my God, I have to go through these.
Yeah, like, goodness. Like, you couldn't cut this back just a little bit? Like,
I appreciate you, but.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've tried to, like, cut back just a little bit more, because I feel like I wouldn't be so stressed out, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got, like, I'll go and put it into, like, a collection, and I'll start editing, and I'm like, okay, I'm 200 out of 500 and something, and I'm like, okay, I've only got, like, 300 pictures to go. Like, I was like, start thinking of that in my head. But it was it's been interesting to like learn. You know, I'm still learning. Like, you're never not learning. Yeah, you're always learning something. You could, you know, have weddings just the same, all of them are just about the same, and then the next one you go to, it's gonna be totally different than all the others. There was one wedding that I did. It was absolute like sweetest little wedding. It was at the Jackson Pearl. I think it's over here. Yeah. Such a cool little wedding. They had all the bridesmaids and the brides bouquets. They made them all together. Like, she's very close with her friends. She had them all in pickle jars. I thought that was the cutest thing. There was like pickle jars. That's perfect
for the Jackson Pearl.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Such an eclectic place.
They did it to where they told their guests to show up at 5. They got married with just their very intimate, close family and friends. And then everybody showed up and they were like, oh, and hey.
It was time for the reception.
Hey, everybody, it's time for the reception. And I was like, oh,
I
love that. That's so sweet. It's so intimate. Like, you know, like, some people are very nervous to get in front of a ton of people. And I just feel like that's a different way to go that's not very talked about that much.
One of my favorite weddings is that they did that exact thing. I think we had 10 people there. Not even 10, and it was parents and grandparents.
Yeah. That's like that. I wish.
And then all their friends showed up.
Yeah.
An hour later when we were wrapping up photos to party.
Perfect.
It was great.
Perfect timing. Like, I feel like as a photographer too, like, that's just like the most perfect, like,
you get the best of both worlds in that. You got to do the big party reception, dance floor, all the fun things, and you got to do the mini-moni, the elopement, the intimacy behind it. I wonder how many people get married and then join the industry and then want to have a redo because they get to experience all these other, you know, weddings constantly. And despite, yes, we all grow and change over the years. Doesn't matter if you're in the wedding industry or not. That's going to happen. Yeah. But I wonder, like,
I feel like since I have like a first hand of, like, you know, experience in all these weddings, I'm taking pictures of dresses and seeing, like, I've seen so many like on TikTok and Pinterest, and I'm like, oh, I just love that like thick lace.
Like how much more often it happens to those in the industry versus somebody that works in accounting or whatever.
Yeah, I would really love to know. Like,
be people, a fun study.
Yeah, I know. Like, the things that like really like make my brain itch with like what I want to know. But I'm like, is this like really dumb?
ChatGPT will try to tell you an answer.
Hey,
and they don't know what the heck. He would not know.
No.
So before we wrap up,
okay.
If nobody listens to anything else we talked about, what's the one big takeaway you want clients to have, and what's the one big takeaway you want other photographers or those considering joining the industry to have?
I guess we'll start with that one first, with like people considering joining the industry. I feel like I feel like whenever I say stuff, it like might come off like rude, and I'm not trying to like make it sound like that. Hey, ChatGPT. I'm kidding. I just feel like it's not as like easy as you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like really stick to your research. Like really research what
Don't
you
just
want to
jump
do.
in.
Don't just jump in. Don't just think that you're going to be making money like right off the bat. Like for me doing my taxes, I've like seen like you know how my business is growing over like the
Right.
past 4 years, and I'm just like holy crap. Like what do you mean like? I really didn't think I was
Shout out
gonna
to
make.
TurboTax. It shows you that year-to-year recap.
Yeah, literally. But I feel like don't think about the money first. Like you're gonna have to do a bunch of free sessions to begin with. You're gonna have to like don't get intimidated because there's 50,000
Take
other.
the leap of faith,
Yeah.
but don't jump in blindly.
Yeah, literally. I feel like there are times where it's okay to like ask other photographers for help. Sometimes some are meaner than others. Don't get, you know, a little intimidated by it. I feel like I never asked. Yeah, I feel like I never really asked anybody that because I felt like they were gonna, or asked any other photographers anything. And then what was the other question? It was like what
takeaway for
clients or wedding clients?
People engaged, people planning a party, whatever, that need to hire a photographer?
I feel like as soon as one of the things would be as soon as you get your venue, if you're kind of getting married around the spring or the fall, definitely go ahead and jump into your photographer. They could be a lot of help. I've helped a lot of my clients. I've even helped clients that weren't even going to, you know, clients that wanted to use me and I was booked and I'm like, hey, I'm going to send you other recommendations of other photographers. Like I'm going to help you out.
To me.
Yes. If you like it, if you like some of the stuff that I do, like I'll send you some of the ones that are very similar to my, like kind of style, or some people that have shot with me, you might like them. I've even sent them in directions of vendors and all the stuff.
Right.
I've had some really good connections with vendors. And then don't be scared of the price. I feel like a lot of people are very hesitant of the price. You know, really ask what you're getting. If you need to have like a phone call consultation, or you really want to get the vibe of who you're investing with, if you need like any type of validation, like of okay, what do your portfolios look like? Like, don't send me the highlights, send me the whole album, like that type of thing. Like, make sure. I feel like I'm bashing, like, you know, some of the smaller photographers. It's like, you know, you go in for a job interview and they're like, oh, I want you to have 30 years of experience, but we need someone young, and you have to have like a master's degree or like a doctorate degree or something to like do something that you wouldn't have any type of anywhere near that type of experience. But just really like ask the questions. Like you could even ask like what was kind of like in our the little podcast that we've had, like what got you started, like what was your interest, like so you could really get like a good idea, like is this person like really like all in for what they do, like do they love what they do, or are they just here to make money, you know? Like I feel like that's a really like kind of not asked question people like might not ask.
Or like we're talking about the decisions that you have to make for your wedding just as a whole are each little puzzle pieces that have to fit together. It's the same with sourcing any of your vendors and your photographer as one of your vendors. Do you vibe with them? Are they in your budget?
Yeah.
Does your style match?
Yeah.
Does their story resonate with you? And all of those pieces do need to match for it to be a cohesive match. And it's okay if you have a phone call with somebody and those puzzle pieces don't line up.
If they don't line up, then you can go on to the next, you know?
Hey, who would you recommend? Or, oh, you're already booked. Okay, who would you recommend? So it is like, I hate to call it a job interview, but you're trying to see if y'all are the right match in a lot of different ways, not just, are you in my budget?
Yeah, see,
and do I like your editing style? Those are really keys. Key points, but it's not all the points.
That's what I hate. Like, so when someone messages me and like I don't have that automated thing that's like, oh, thank you so much for reaching out. Someone will get back to you.
And you just sent the message.
No,
I don't have that either.
I'm like, hey, thank you so much, so and so, for reaching out to me. I really appreciate it.
They're talking to you, not the computer.
Yeah, you're gonna get a one-on-one experience with me. Like I feel like that's a huge thing with a photographer. Like you want to have somebody that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I wouldn't want to hire someone who's like really uptight. I just really feel like the connection is what really like, I feel like that's what sets me apart from a lot of other people, which I'm sure there's other people that like have a connection with theirs, but I feel like I'm like a little hidden gem. Like not many people like really, I don't know.
You should want to feel that connection with all of your vendors, especially your photographer.
It shouldn't be cut and dry. Like I feel like everybody should want, like I am very grateful for everybody who's booked with me over the years. All the connections that I've had, I always try and, you know, voice that on my Facebook page and any post that I make.
Well, Mary-Pate, what is the best way for clients to reach you to inquire?
I feel like the easiest way is like Facebook. There's my website. You can put in a like submission form kind of. I have it on there, but it says if I haven't messaged you back or text you, reach out to me on Facebook. But there's sometimes people that are like, oh, I couldn't get a hold of you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Just keep trying.
Keep trying. I promise I'm there. I just didn't see it.
That's wonderful. And what are your social handles? In your website?
Dang. You really put me on the spot there.
I'll just look them up and link them if you want me to. I mean, I'm going to link them anyway, but.
I mean, I think.
MM Photography is Facebook.
Well,
page.
Okay, there's a lot of MM Photographies. That's why I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you.
Okay, Mary-Pate's going to send me her
social stuff,
and I will
all the deets.
Paste it in the show notes.
I'm sorry. I'm not very organized, I guess, when it has come to that. I'm trying to make myself look a little bit more polished.
We wear lots of hats as small business owners.
Yes.
And we get into it for the main thing, for Mary-Pate's case, photography, for me, planning. We didn't get into it to maintain social media or to answer website inquiries or to keep websites up to date.
I'm an office manager. I'm a mother. We're both mothers. We're personal chefs, doctors, lawyers. We do the cooking, cleaning, all the things. So, you know, all the hats, content creation, you know, managers, bosses, owners, HR, Pinterest, queen, payroll,
taxes.
Oh yeah, all the things. So we do all the things. So just give us.
We can only be good at a few.
Yeah,
Mary-Pate, thank you so very much for chatting with me today. I hope our listeners got some valuable insight. I really think that they did. I think we had a lot of fun.
We had so much fun.
And I'll see you guys at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Hitch List. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your wins and woes. I want to celebrate or commiserate with you. Until next time, where creativity meets celebration and details matter. Want to be featured as an event vendor on the Hitch List? Send me a message. I'd love to share your stories and behind-the-scenes moments.